Good evening, Dhamma friends. Welcome back to OPRC class day 99. We are going to get started by paying respect to the Buddha. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. We have already started Pandita Vagga 2 weeks ago. So today is going to be the third stanza of the Pandita Vagga, which is Dhammapada's 78th stanza, which is also about how to associate, who to associate. Let's take a look at the stanza now. Right. You can see a recurring verb here, bhajet, bhajet, and bhaje. So bhaje, bhaje, bhajet, bhajan. So I think we had to learn about this Pali word, precisely a bhaja. So that will give us a very interesting understanding. Bhaj, bhajet. Okay. Nabhaje papake mitte, nabhaje purisa dhame. Bhajeta mitte kalyane, bhajeta purisuttame. न भजे पाप के मित्ते, न भजे पुरिसाधमे, भजेत मित्ते कल्याणे, भजेत puri suttame. Now I would like to ask groups to read. So anyone from group 1, you can read. Please raise your virtual hand. Yeah. If there is no one from group 1, then we'll be asking from group 2. Yes, Meo, please.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Ne baje papake mite, ne baje puri sadame, bajeta mite kalena, bajeta puri sutame.
Could you read the third line again? Bajeta?
Bajeta mite kalena.
Kal what?
Kalyana.
Kalyane.
Kalyane.
Yeah.
Kalyane.
Yeah. Bajeta mitte kalyane, because there's E.
Bajeta mite kalene.
You know, when we read stanzas, there is a tradition, poetic tradition called rhyme. So rhyme means it has to end with the same. Most stanzas, A. So we can understand that style with regard to a stanza. 4 lines, and then the rhyme is A here. Mitte, adame, kalyane, suttame, purisutta. Yeah, so kalyane. Yes.
Thank you, Bhante.
Okay. Group 3, Pauline, are you from group 1?
I'm group 1. Sorry, Bhante, a bit delayed in pressing the
Okay.
hand.
Would you like to read? Yes.
Yes.
We'll give the group 3 after. Yes.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Na baje papake mite, na baje purisa dame, bajeta mite kalyane, bajeta purisutame.
Okay, great.
Thank you, Bhante.
And group 3, we'll be asking from, there are a couple of you. I know KB Young is group 4. Is it Chu or Lisa? Who would like to read? Yes. Yeah, group 3, maybe we can ask from Lisa. Lisa, you would like to read?
Yes, Bhante.
Yes,
you.
please. Yes.
Thank you. Na baje papake mite, Na baje purisatame. Bajate mite kalyane. Bajate purisutame.
It's a small correction. Here, bajet. Can you?
Bajeta. Bajeta mite kalyane.
Yes, budget. Yes.
Jeta.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you,
Okay,
Bhante.
great. Group 4, KB on, please.
Okay, thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Na baje papake mite, na baje purisa dame. Bajeta mite kalyane, bajeta purisu tame.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
And group 5, yes. Yes, group 5. Yes, Melinda, please go ahead.
Thank you, Bhante. Na baje papake mite, na pache purisa dame, pacheta mite kalyane, pacheta purisutame.
Okay, great.
Thank you, Bhante.
Group 6. Yes, TC, please. TC, I cannot hear you. I don't know whether others can hear you as well. Yeah, can others hear him?
No.
Okay.
No, we cannot hear.
Yes.
No.
Yeah. Do you want to figure out till we give the opportunity to others? Yeah, please figure out. Yeah, in the meantime. So group 6, anybody else? Yeah, same form, please.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Na baje papake mite, na baje purisa dame, bajete mati
Budget.
bajete miti kalian, bajete purisutami.
Okay, great. And group
Thank you.
7. Yes, Susie, please.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes, please.
Na baje papake mite, na baje purisa dame. Bajeta mite kalyane, bajeta purisutame.
Okay, great. And group 8, last group. Doris will be taking this up. Yeah.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Na baje papake mite, na baje purisat dame. Bajeta mite kalyane, bajeta puris utame.
Purisuttam.
Purisutame.
Purisuttam.
Thank
Okay,
you, Bhante.
great.
Purisutame.
Yes.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes, there's a combination. We call in Pali Sandhi, SANDHI. It's a grammatical rule. In order for easy pronunciation, because all these Pali canon has been maintained, preserved through oral tradition. So monks didn't want to use many words. So sometimes they combine. So Purisa Uttame. Actually, it was combined. Purisuttame. All right, now we're giving the chance to others. So we will start with Oi and then Chupeng. Yes, Oi, please.
Good evening, Bhante.
Yes, good evening.
Na baje papake mite. Na baje parisa dame.
Purisad.
Bajeta
Purisad.
purisa dame. Correct, Bhante?
Yes.
Bajeta mite kalyane. Bajeta puri sutame.
Yes, great.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes. And then Chupeng, please.
Yeah, good evening, Bhante.
Good evening.
Na baje papake mite, na baje purisa dame. Bajeta mite kalyane, bajeta purisutame.
Okay, great.
Thank you, Bhante.
And, yes, Pochu Wong, please. Yes.
Good evening, Bhante.
Yes, good evening.
Na baje papake mite, na baje purisa dame. Bajeta mite kayane, bajeta purisutame.
Okay, great. And
Thank you,
yes,
Bhante.
yes, Serene, please. Yeah.
Sukihotu Bhante.
Sukihotu.
Ne bahje papake mite. Ne bahje purisa dame. Bahjeta mite kalyane. Bahjeta purisutame.
Yes, great.
Thank you, Bhante.
And then Kim, please.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Na baje papake mite. Na baje purisa dame. Bajeta mite kalyane. Bajeta purisutame.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Margaret. Yes.
Evening, Bhante.
Good evening. Yes.
Na baje papake mite. Na baje purisa dame. Budget.
No, Purisa Dhamma.
No, sorry.
Purisa
Sorry.
Dhamma,
Na.
it's a Buddha's great quality. Purisa Dhamma, yes.
Na baje purisa dhamma.
No, Purisa Dhamme.
Purisa dame.
Uh-huh.
Bajeta mete kalyana.
Kalyane.
Kalyane. Bajeta mete kalyane. Bajeta purisu tame.
Okay, I think you can go again one more time just to make sure that. Yes. Would you like to try again? Nabaje?
Yes, please.
Yes.
Please. Na baje papake mete. Na baje purisa dame.
No, there's no Purisa Dhamme here. That's a
Purisa.
great quality of the Buddha. This is about somebody who's not nice. Purisa Dhamme. Purisa Dhamme.
Na baje purisa dame.
Yeah, great. I hope that you will be able to do it. Yes, Bajeta.
Bajeta mete kalyane.
Kalyane.
Bajeta mete kalyane. Bajeta purisu tame.
Okay, great. Much better.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes. And then Hema, please. Yes.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yeah.
Na baje papake mite, na baje purisa dame, bajeta mite kalyane, bajeta purisu tame.
Okay, great.
Thank you, Bhante.
And Corina? Yes.
Yeah, good evening, Bhante.
Yes, good evening.
Na baje papeke mite, na baje purisa.
Baje, yeah?
Na baje purisa dame.
No Purisa Dhamme. Purisa Dhamme.
Na baje purisa dame.
Purisa dame.
Bajeta mite kalyane. Bajeta purisutami.
Okay, great.
Thank you.
Yes, and then who else would like to read? We have Maylin, and how about our new participants who joined maybe a few weeks ago? I would like them to read too, so just to see how they can do. Angela is one of them. Angela, are you with us? Okay, Angela, and then yes, and then if Jacqueline is here, you can also try. Yes, we will ask Maylin, please.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes.
Na baje papake mite, na baje purisa dame. Bajeta mite kalyane, bajeta purisu tame.
Okay, great.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes. Angela, would you like to try?
Okay. Na baje papake mite, na baje purisa dame. Bajeta mite kalyane, bajeta purisutame.
Okay, great. Anyone else?
Bhante, can I try?
Yes, please.
Thank you.
Na baje papake mite. Na baje purisa dame. Bajita mite kalyani. Bajita purisu tame.
Okay, great.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes. All right. So we will now look at the stanza again. Let us read first and then see some other issues. Na bhaje papake mitte, na bhaje purisa dhame, bhajeta mitte kalyane, bhajeta puri suttame. Now, I think at the beginning I shared with you the end. The end letter was always A, because this is kind of a very normal, usual rule in poetry. We call it as rhyme. So normally Pali stanzas mostly follow that idea. And let us see the Pali and what you call the English translation. Na baje papake mette. What is baje here? Baje. Now here we have two forms of baje, two baje, and then two bajet. Normally we understand when we have the, a the, you can see a the and then a. Now a is a certain preventative statement where when we understand it as maybe baje. Baje means that we should not associate. It's kind of a preventative advice. Baje means it is a motivational request for us to do. This is what we are supposed to do, right? I mean, positively. The previous two, the earlier two, are things that we have to avoid in doing. Papake mitte na baje, purisadame na baje. Now we have to figure out who are these people that the Buddha is asking us not to associate. Na baje, baje means associate. Na means no. Do not associate with papake mitte, evil friends. And in the next line, it is said, another kind of people that Buddha asks us not to associate, na baje, do not associate, adame purisa. Adame means base character. Base character people. Now, purisa is gender neutral here. Okay, it is not just a man, male. It is gender neutral. So one should not associate anyone who has a base mean character. So earlier evil friends. Then the second is those who have a very base character. So that means the Buddha identifies people that we should not associate in two contexts. We will discuss them. And then what about the good side? Bhajeta mitte kalyane. Bhajeta means associate. Kalyane mitte, noble friends. I think this is something that you are very familiar with. And uttame purise bhajeta. Also associate those people, we could say men or women, it has to be gender neutral too, who have a higher character, right? So we have to figure out evil friends and people who have a base mean character, and noble friends and those who have a higher character. Now, may I know from you, who do you think papake mitte could be here, or evil friends could be here? Who are the evil friends? I would say papake mitte. Papake mitte are those people who are not, we are looking at it from lay people's side. Those are the ones who do not maintain their 5 precepts, basically. Right? So, If you want to extend that to a higher level of the precepts, you can even take 10 akusala. But before we talk about akusala, can we draw a line between akusala and papa? Because 5 precepts symbolize a good layperson, right? So those ones who may take 5 precepts every day, but every day they are breaking. So what is the purpose of taking 5 precepts? And somebody might say, then why are the monks giving 5 precepts? When we go for a cutting ceremony also they give. Dhamma talk also they're going to give 5 precepts. Sangika Dhan also they are giving 5. That means they know we are breaking. That's why they are giving us 5 precepts. That's not the point. That's a lame excuse actually. Because that's a customary activity within the ceremony. It doesn't mean that you are breaking, they are giving you. What is happening is that it is a customary activity. That is why it is said that in order to maintain your 5 precepts, when you take 5 precepts, one day, that is enough for the whole year, whole time, because you are protecting, maintaining. But it doesn't mean when you go to a ceremonial place, maybe a temple or maybe another house activity, when the monks are giving you the precept, you are going to reject that. No, you are still taking. Maybe you take it in a way to renew the precept. But originally you took them, you are maintaining. That is your happiness. Think about someone who took precepts on September 1st, this month. I mean, just giving an example. And then now the person is maintaining, protecting the precepts. Every day reflecting on the level of the precepts. What kind of happiness is that person enjoying? By reflecting on the unbroken, we call it unbroken precepts. In Pali, we call akanda seal. Right? So, but there are people who are breaking the precepts, 5 precepts, on and off all the day, right? So they are papake mitte. So the Buddha asks us to stay away. But the problem is, what if these people include our family members, our friends, right? There is a certain challenge. Then we have to define what is the association like here. What kind of association is it? It doesn't mean that I stay away from them the whole part. Maybe I say hi, bye, I eat with them, I talk to them, but I know that I should not extend my association that much with those people because they are always into breaking 5 precepts, the fundamental basic precepts. And these 5 precepts are not even Buddhist. They are not actually Buddhist. Who gave the 5 precepts first? It is pre-Buddhist. Not killing. Let's take the other side, killing, stealing, sexual misbehavior, lying, and then taking food and beverages to an extent where that person clouds his or her mind. These are universally accepted wrong behaviors. And then it was pre-Buddhist. And what happened was that the Buddha brought up these 5 as a gateway for people to get into kusala, akusala activities. That is the higher sila. That is exactly the Buddhist way of practicing sila. 5 precepts are very fundamental. But what if a layperson cannot even take care of 5 precepts? So there is no room for going into practicing kusala. Forget about the kusala because they fundamentally failed in the practice. Right? So papake mittas are those, I would call them as those individuals who can't even protect, maintain their 5 precepts. Then what about the Adama Purisa? Here we can see, do not associate people who have this base character. I would say Adama Purisa. Adama means base, mean, Purisa. Who can be Adama Purisa here? These people are a little bit dangerous people who are doing very substantial kind of damages to society. Maybe those who are killing other people, those who are stealing. I mean, in a very terrible ways. Maybe those who are really damaging themselves and others. Right now, in society, you may see someone who is lying in a personal context, and you could also see someone who is lying on media, right? Right? You name who they are, but you can see the same lying is happening from our personal context and from a very global context. So at the same time, there is someone who is harming animals in a personal way, and there is someone who is publicly killing other people. So Purisa Adama means someone who is damaging oneself and the society, sentient beings in a larger perspective, within a broader perspective. You could say they are definitely so-called criminals. So evil friends and those who have a very bad character, that you can see that character. So they are called as Adama Purisa. I think that is very clear. I mean, when you know someone is publicly behaving as such, and they are into so many evil activities, they are publicly executing certain bad things, and then you understand they could be the bigger version of those evil friends who break five precepts, right? So these two people need not to be associated. Now, my question is that what is the association? Because it does not mean that I'm not going to talk to them. I'm going to stay away all the time, because sometimes we cannot stay away from many people in our life. So it means that you still talk, you still have metta for every sentient being, but you are not going to maintain the intimacy with those people, very close connection with them, to an extent that you can be affected from their behaviors. Now think about Venerable Devadatta's situation in the temple. The Buddha had never asked him to go out of the temple. He never chased him out, right? Now he knows that what he's doing, but he never chased him out. That is the Buddha's nature. The Buddha treated everybody in the same way. He did not treat the so-called, from other people's perspective, enemy in a different way and friend in a different way. But he advised, he guided. What kind of guidance? I think we learned guidance and advices last week. Avavada, Anusasana, right? Remember we learned that. What is Avavada? May I know what is Avavada? Revision after 1 week. Avavada. What is Avavada?
Advice.
Advice. It could be more likely correcting someone's spirituality in the proper way, yeah? Not in the way you want to correct it. You are looking for a better opportunity in a private way, and you're looking at it. And Anusasana?
Bhante, giving general guidance that are given by the wise.
General guidance means nobody has done anything wrong.
Yes.
Now, in the earlier one, Avavada means somebody has made a mistake already. So you give Avavada only when someone made a mistake. You owe, someone, Sappurisa. But Anusasana is being given by a Kalyana Mitta to someone, not in the event of someone is making a mistake. They are encouraging and motivational advices just in case that person is going to make a mistake, right? So I think we would like to, what are the monks doing, Sangha members doing? They are giving Anusasana to you, mostly. But when you made a mistake, when you go see a Sangha member, you asking, I made a mistake, what can I do then? What kind of guidance will the Sangha member be giving to you? Avavada. So Avavada type of guidance, Anusasana type of guidance. One is a follow-up situation. The other one is a forward situation, right? So now, when the Buddha was guiding Sangha members, devotees, he never chased them out. He was very compassionate. He accepted everybody, be that Angulimala, be that Nalagiri, be that Devadatta, be that Alavaka. He made a very compassionate and harmonious, at the same time engaging context for everybody to come and discuss with him. Brahmins, Paribhajakas, wandering other monks, pre-Buddhist monks and Sangha members, even the Buddhist Sangha members who had different ideas about Patisamuppada, Vijnana and all these concepts, they all were given the chance to come and talk. So what we here understand that even within the Buddhist, the Buddha's life situations, that he worked with Papamittas and the Purisadhamas, right? But how did he manage to work with them? He understood what could be a better way to stay in touch with that particular person. Now think about Venerable Devadatta, a very good example, because today's story is about Venerable Channa. Venerable Devadatta wanted to get the control of the Buddhist order. So what did he do? He was thinking about a plan. So he thought, okay, I think I have to devise a plan. The plan should involve a crown prince in the kingdom, the Magadha's crown prince. He was Ajata Satta. Ajata Satta means unborn enemy. Ajata Satta. Satta means enemy. S-A-T-T-A, not T-T-H-A. Ajata means unborn, because the those astrologers told the king Bimbisara, this child, you have to make an abortion for this child. This guy is going to kill you one day. He said, no, I have the filial piety. I'm so loving this son. Let him come out. And then he took care of the son very much, but astrologers' words were going to convince him at a certain point. Venerable Devadatta had some jhanic powers. He had practiced jhanas, so he could create certain things. So one day he managed to talk to Ajasatta. Ajasatta was a very rich, spoiled kid from the father and the dynasty. And then Ajasatta was shocked to see this monk's mystic activities. He says, snakes, I have snakes and I have this. Oh, how come you do these things? That's my power. So I came here to tell you a secret, and it works both ways. You do something for me, I do something for you. So then he asked, what should I do? Then he said, you should kill your father, kill Bimbisara. And then he asked, what should I do for you? You should help me to kill the Buddha. So the problem started when Venerable Devadatta understood the Buddha giving a priority to Arahan Sariputta and Arahan Moggalla. That is the same issue which Venerable Channa went through. Venerable Channa hated that experience too. And then what he did was that, I don't know whether you have read that story, what happened to Kim Bimbisara. Kim Bimbisara was I think one day we should do a Life of the Buddha series to understand what happened with the Buddha's life from Nepal, the Shakyan kingdom, and then how he spent his earlier life, how he became an ascetic, how he became the Buddha, and how he met different people. There are a lot of things to learn actually for our life, because we only picked up the suttas. Suttas were given to different people from different wisdom. That is true. But one day, I think it's good to have a series to learn life of the Buddha from the Pali canon. Okay, so then what happened? Kim Bimbisara by that time became a Sotapan because he had offered the first Buddhist temple to the Buddha. May I know what is the first Buddhist temple? Vihara? That the Buddha. Veluvanara. Veluvanarama. Velu means
Bamboo.
bamboo, right? The temple was said to have been frequented by bamboo trees. So what happened was that Crown Prince Ajatasattu was instigated, provocated by Venerable Devadatta because he was giving him a very, spoiled plan. And what happened? He took over the kingdom in a certain plan, and then he jailed the king. He jailed the father. It is said that he noticed that his mother was bringing food to the jail. Ajatasattu's mother to now the king. Then he asked mother not to bring the food to the father. And then he also heard that because mother knows that King Bimbisara wanted to eat some favorite food, so now the son doesn't like me to bring the food. So what she did was that she pasted, she anointed all those food as a paste on her back. So when she went to the jail, King Bimbisara was licking her back and then started eating, and he saw that too. Then he said, Mother, you cannot go to the jail anymore. And finally, King Bimbisara died in a very terrible way in the prison cell. And it is said, after he passed away, he became a yakka, Janavasabha yakka. So there's a sutta in the Digha Nikaya, Janavasabha Sutta, Bimbisara's next life and what happened. But the thing was, when Bimbisara passed away, Venerable Devadatta was very happy. Now I can make my dream easier because he's the king. He will do everything I ask. So one day he approached King Ajatasattu and asked him, can you send some expert archers, those who can strike arrows, to Jetwarama and kill the Buddha? He said, okay, I will send. So then he sent the very expert, those people who can shoot anybody. They can even shoot anybody without looking at the target. It is said in the Pali text, they are called Saddhavedi. They can take a target without looking at the target, just by hearing the sound. So they attacked the Jetwarama from the roof, but what happened? They didn't want to shoot the Buddha. It was because the Buddha's compassion, and they became monks in the temple. Then what happened? Venerable Devadatta thought, I would devise another plan. When the Buddha was walking, maybe 4 arms round, I want to go up in the Gichakuta mountain. I want to throw a hurler stone. He did that. What happened? The stone did not touch the Buddha. A splinter of the stone injured Buddha's foot. And what happened? The Buddha's private doctor, Jivaka and others, they rushed to the place and then they brought the Buddha to somewhere. Otherwise, Devadatta would hurl more stones and then took care of the Buddha. Now think about it. Why did the Buddha go through that kind of an experience? Benefits of being surrounded with papamittas, right? When you are with a papamitta, you have to go through all the pain. And then what happened? Venerable Devadatta thought, I should try another plan to kill the Buddha. He found out the royal elephant Nalagiri. He made him drink alcohol, make him very alcoholic, and then let the elephant lead onto the Buddha, the way. So when the elephant came near the Buddha, the elephant could not even do anything, and he became sober. So this is how Venerable Devadatta was very much trying to take revenge, not take revenge, I would say do a lot of harmful things to Buddha. And then he thought he could become the Buddha. Now, after doing all these things, at the end of the day, he goes back to the Vihara, Jethanarama, because he had a crowd. He had some crowd. Then, after all these plans didn't work, then he came up with another smart plan. He thought, I cannot become the Buddha by killing him. So I must divide the monks in this temple. So bring some divided monks into one of the other temples that I may have. So then he approached the Buddha one day and told him, Bhante, I have very interesting 5 suggestions that you can lay down on Sangha members here. So if you do that, this Sangha brotherhood will be very nice. Actually, he knows Buddha will never approve these 5. But he wanted to make a point and then to break the Sangha. What were those things? All the monks should become forest monks. They cannot stay in the city temple. All the monks should not wear the robes given by the devotees. They must go to the cemetery and then find out the dresses that were used to wrap around the dead bodies and then make a robe out of that. All the monks should stay in front of a tree. All the monks should be vegetarians. And there is another one, I can't remember. And the Buddha said, he was looking at Venerable Devadatta, he said, I'm not going to approve any of these 5. Let the monks decide what they want to be. They want to be forest monk, let them go. And Venerable Devadatta made the point after it. He was talking loudly and told the other monks, see, I am suggesting very important things for our monastic situation, but the Buddha is not approving. Who would like to agree with me? And he found out some of the 500 unenlightened monks at that point. Okay, let's go out. Let's walk out from Jetavana temple. And he made the Sangha Beda, one of the heinous karmas in Buddhism. He made a couple of them. One is that he was causing Ajasatta to kill his father. And then he wounded the Buddha. It's a grave karma. And trying to kill, killing the Arahant or trying to kill. And he made the worst karma, making a conflict among the Sangha members. And we have to be very careful, like, especially when you talk to Sangha members, be very careful. If any word is going to cause any conflict among the Sangha members, this could be a problem, right? So what happened? Venerable Devadatta left the temple with 500 monks. So I'm just trying to tell you, Venerable Devadatta's style and character can be a Adama Charita, not even an evil friend, not even a Papamitta. He was not also a Papamitta, but also Adama Mitta. So now we understand the Buddha asks us not to associate Papamitta and Adama Purisa. Adama means those who have a mean base. Mean base means those who have done more akusala, more than the 5 precepts context. So this is the meaning of the first 2. And then let's go to the last 2. This is what we are supposed to do. Bhajeta mitte kalyani. Of course, there's no doubt that we have to associate kalyana mittas. Bhajeta purisuttame, associate those with a higher character. Now, may I know who is a kalyana mitta? Because I've been conducting some other sessions too about kalyana mittas in other viharas too. Some of you may have participated, especially from Digajanu Sutta, Vyakapaja Sutta, actually. Who is a kalyana mitta?
Noble friends.
Yeah, noble friends. I mean, who is that?
One that your Buddha.
Buddha?
Is one.
Yeah, Buddha is an example, but Buddha is no more with us, right? Yes. Yes, Hema, who is a Kalyana Mitta? Because Buddha has a specific definition for lay people to understand. This is a Kalyana Mitta, and this is not a Kalyana Mitta.
Your parents?
No, I'm not asking examples. I'm asking what was the
someone-
definition. Yeah.
Someone who can help in
Someone who can
spiritual life.
Someone
Bhante,
who
someone who can associate and discuss, someone whom you can associate, discuss, and able to really a person who practice sila and also charity and also a person of wisdom, I think.
Okay.
There are few of these qualities that they are person of whom we can discuss with, of whom we can associate with.
Okay. Yes, actually, I will have to complement that answer. According to Digajana Sutta, I mean, Vyagapada Sutta, Buddha is clearly telling us that first we have to understand who has an accomplishment with regard to Saddha, Sila, Chaga, Panya. Trust about the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha. And then, especially with regard to our Sila part, and then Chaga part, generosity, and wisdom part. So now, I mean, there are two occasions. One is that you want to get to know a Kalyana Mitta and you want to become Kalyana Mitta, right? These are two occasions, these two situations. I think we all go through. Now, how to get to know a Kalyana Mitta? I think that is the hardest thing that many might go through if they don't know the Digajana Sutta's interpretation, even by the Buddha. The Buddha said, first you need to know who has accomplished Saddha, Sila, Chagapana. This is not practicing people only. Yeah? Practicing and accomplishment are two things. May I know what is the difference between practice and accomplishment? I think we all practice. But the problem is when we look at our own Saddha level, Chaga level, Sila level, Panya level, we might be positioned, situated in different place, I mean, mathematically speaking. How do we know that we have accomplished, or maybe we are nearing the completion of accomplishment with regard to Saddha, Sila, Chaga, Panya? Can we talk about Saddha? How do I know that my Saddha is basic or intermediate, still not come to the completion, at least to a certain level? I can check with regard to what I understand about the Buddha's great qualities, Dhamma's great qualities, and Sangha's great qualities. If I don't understand why the Buddha is Arahant, why the Buddha is Samma Sambuddho, why the Buddha is Vichacharana Sampanno, Sugato, Lokavidu, Anuttaro Purusha Dhammasarati, Sattadiya Manusanam, Buddha Bhagavan, 9 great qualities. If I don't know what they are, I don't think I have accomplished Saddha. And Swakato, Sanditiko, Akaliko, Ehipasiko, Opanaiko, Pachatang Vetapu, right? Vinyu. If I don't know these 6 great qualities with the meaning inside and what did those individual 6 great qualities mean, I don't think I have accomplished. I have a mere knowledge about them. And if I don't understand what is Supatipanno, Ujupatipanno, Nyayapatipanno, Samichapatipanno, and the rest of the qualities which adds up to 9 great qualities, that means I don't think I have accomplished. Maybe I'm still getting used to knowing what they are, right? I'm still getting used to knowing, I mean, what they are. Every day I'm hearing chanting. Then we have to draw the line that practice and accomplishment may have differences. Now, in order for someone to become a Kalyana Mitta, one must have accomplished in one's own context. But you are not telling other people, hey, understand that I have accomplished in my Saddha, but you are not. That itself shows how low is your Dhamma understanding. If you challenge somebody, if you challenge anyone through Dhamma, that clearly shows how tiny is your Dhamma knowledge. Right? That is why it's very important to practice this humility, because finally it's all about humility. Like the Buddha, like a Bodhisattva in Mahayana. How humble are they? Bodhisattva philosophy says that until the last person becomes the Buddha, I'm not going to be the Buddha. You go first, I will be the second. Perhaps I will be the last. Who would like that approach? You might do that in a coffee shop, but you will never do it in a spiritual attainment, right? Okay, I know 9 people ahead of me. You go first because I know I'm the 10th. What if you become the 50th person? How many things I have to do today? Can I wait for 49 people to go and buy coffee and I become the 50th one? Right? That is a different way to look at it. So accomplishment is a personal understanding. The more I understand the context of the Buddha Dhamma Sangha with regard to Saddha, then I know I can say I have accomplished. Then what are the other signs of accomplishment of Saddha with regard to Buddha Dhamma Sangha? You never criticize anybody. That's a very good thing. If you are learning more Dhamma, if you are understanding and trying to make it an accomplishment, you have no problem with anybody. Your only problem is, how can I overcome the akusala? That is your only problem. Other things are all secondary. Perhaps they are unimportant because we have been doing that for many years already, many decades. Then you are, maybe other people have problems. You become a Kalyana Mitra. You want to tell them what you feel, finding a good opportunity and tell them in a nice way, like how we discussed Avavada Anusasana last week. So accomplishment. Then the Buddha asked us to understand who are these Kalyana Mitras. Kalyana Mitras are those who have accomplished in Saddha, Sila, Chaga, Panna. Okay. Now what am I supposed to do? Let's say now you want to learn from them, right? This is what the Buddha asked you to do. First, the Buddha asked people to do three things with regard to being Kalyanamita, becoming Kalyanamitas. First is you need to make connection to them. How can you make a connection to Kalyanamitas? You go to the Vihara and say, hey, I know you. You look like a Kalyanamita. Can we make a connection? Is that the approach? That could be a bad pickup line for Kalyanamitas, actually. I mean, right? So it's not the way. Now you understand their Saddha seems to be very unshakable. Their Sila is also very unshakable. And their Chaga is very, very much pure. And they seem to have more wisdom than me. So definitely this seems to be a Kalyana Mitta. Now you make the connection in the proper way. You want to follow them, you want to learn from them, I mean, as time permits, right? Making connection. Then talking to them, right? So you should be able to express your willingness in talking to them. So first, making the connection. Second, being able to speak to them. Third, discussion. Discussion is very important. What kind of discussion is this? And how often should I make the discussion with them? Because in the Mangala Sutta, Buddha told us, Kalena Dhamma Savanang, Kalena Dhamma Sakaccha, Kalena Dhamma Savanang. Do not listen to Dhamma all the time, every day, right? Because Dhamma should be learned at a proper time with your preparation. Then, Kalena Dhamma Sakaccha, you should discuss Dhamma at the right time, right? Not that you go everywhere with people, you want to talk Dhamma, right? That is not respectful for the Dhamma. And you will never learn. You will make it an intellectual argument, right? At that point, right? So Dhamma must be discussed at the right time. Right time means a time that you can respect and they can respect and you both learn together, right? So then under these provisions of discussing, talking Dhamma, you're going to talk, you're going to discuss. Now, what could happen at the end? Then you will learn your Saddha level. You will learn your own Sila level. You will learn your own Chaga level. You will learn your own Panya level. You can have a contrast and you can improve yourself with regard to that influence from those people. So this is why the Buddha said, Bhajeta Mitte Kalyani. How can I approach Kalyani? I have to make connection. I have to talk. I have to discuss. And I have to cross-check with my Saddha Sila Chagapanya with regard to their Saddha Sila Chagapanya within a certain period of time. So this is the kind of Kalyana Mittas the Buddha asking us. And then what about Purisuttame, Uttama Purisa? Purisuttame. Sometimes we will find out some people who have an exceptional character. What do we mean by exceptional character? They are more than Kalyana Mittas. Do we find such people in our life? Very exceptional people. Sometimes they are not even Buddhist. They are very calm people. They are very much humble people. They want to learn. And finally, we are going to learn from them. Look at this calm, this wise person. Maybe Buddhism might be a complementary teaching for them. They will learn faster than us. You've been learning for 20 years and you bring that person for one time to the temple, but that person will learn better than you, faster than you. Why? That person has already fixed it. Maybe been maintaining the character for long. And Buddhism will become a certain fast track tool for them. Then we understand these people have exceptional spiritual characters with regard to understanding life, reality, and then the Dhamma journey. So I think we may have found out those people, met those people. So we need to keep the connection with them, because the more we associate them, the more we improve our life. Okay, so then let's take a look at that Pali phrase here, which some of you had a hard time in reading. Purisadami. And some others pronounce this to be Purisadamme. Now we will look at Purisadamme. Purisadamma. Sorry about this writing. What is the difference between these two? Purisadame. This is adame, mean people. This is Purisa means people. Dhamma means, this is Dhamma. Dhamma means curbing, right? Buddha has a strong virtue by which he can tame the untamed people. That's why when you read some Pali, new Pali verses statements, your frequent chanting way would replace that. That's why we have to be very careful whether I replace the chanting that I am doing. This is not that same thing. So Purisa Dame, Purisa Dhamme. So Itipiso Bhagava Arahang Samma Sambuddhu Vijjacharana Sampanno Sugato Lokvidu Anuttaru Purisa Dhamma Sarati. This is Purisa Dhamme. That one, Purisa Dhamma Sarati. So those are two things to understand. All right. Any questions with regard to the stanza so far? If there are no questions at this point, we will continue to the story. The story is about Venerable Chandra. Now we have a little problem. In the Pali canon, we find out several individuals with regard to Venerable Chandra. Now Majjhima Nikaya's 144 Channovada Sutta, this Venerable Chandra passed away during the Buddha's time. Okay, he died. And the other Venerable Chandra, which would be our storyline today, the one was Buddha's friend, even his lay life, he did not pass away until the Buddha passed away. So this means Sutta Pitaka's Chandra and Vinaya Pitaka's Chandra have a conflict here now. This is a scholarly debate going on about there. Venerable Chandra in the Majjhima Nikaya, Sutta Pitaka, passed away before the Buddha. and Venerable Channa in the Vinaya Pitaka. And he did not pass it because Buddha asked Venerable Ananda to give the Brahma Danda. That was our notes name today. Brahma Danda, capital punishment in Buddhism to him. So anyways, we have to expect certain, I would say, inconsistencies sometime until we find out more evidence for these things. But we will take a look at Venerable Channa's story given in this stanza. Brahma Danda as compassionate discipline, a study on Venerable Channa's transformation. May I know what do you know about Venerable Channa or Channa? We will go through that. What do you know about Venerable Channa so far? Or maybe Channa?
Prince Siddhartha's character.
Prince Siddhartha's charioteer. And what else do you know about him? Who is knowing Venerable Channa for the first time today? Are you all familiar with Venerable Channa?
Yes.
Yes, Padma?
No, just answer your question. First time I heard of Channa.
First time. Yeah, very interesting.
Yeah,
And
Bhante.
how about others?
Yeah, Bhante, Susie. I think I read somewhere, Venerable Ananda has to something about Venerable Channa that he did, and they were discussing how to deal with the situation, something like that.
Yeah, that's what we are discussing today at the end of the story. Yeah.
Yeah, I think in
How
the
about the others? So I know your level of knowledge about the life of the Buddha. It's a very good indication. Have you familiar with have you become familiar with Venerable Channa, or is it very new to all of you?
Venerable Chanda, the same age as the Buddha, is it?
Yeah, I understand. Oh, you are familiar with Venerable Channa, definitely. Yes. How about the others? Wow, that's an oversight in your reading. Definitely.
Bhante,
That's why, yes.
Yeah, Bhante, this Venerable Channa, his downfall is mainly due to his conceit. He always feel that since he was the first person that served Buddha as the Buddha's personal charioteer, so he has been helping Buddha here and there. How come Buddha did not make him as the chief disciple, but make Sariputta and Moggallana as Buddha's chief disciple? So he felt very jealous and made a lot of problem with these two venerable.
Yes. Yeah, I think for many others, this might be the first time you are learning about Venerable Channa. It's good. I mean, definitely we have to learn. I mean, this again shows us that we need to learn about life of the Buddha. Okay, I just give that reminder. This is a very good reminder to think about that thing, because otherwise learning suttas will never give us the proper understanding, because we don't know the literature, life of the Buddha, because all these suttas came from the life of the Buddha. So then we can understand suttas and we can see the what you call bits and pieces very easily. Okay, so Channa, let's talk about Channa as a layman. Channa was the driver of Prince Siddhartha, right? So it is said that he could have been a son of a servant of King Suddhodana, the Buddha's Prince Siddhartha's father. What happened when Prince Siddhartha wanted to renounce, and he renounced, and then in that journey, when they cross, the river and all that, he is the one who was supposed to bring the message back to the king. And then he went back. Prince Siddhartha became an ascetic, and after many years, he became the Buddha. After almost 10 years of time, of his enlightenment time, when the Buddha went back to his home city, Kapilavatthu, Channa again saw the Buddha. At that point, he became a monk. But ever since he became a monk, he had a certain mental problem. I would say it might not be a phobia or anything, but kind of a feeling that Buddha should have given me a higher place in this order, because I am the one who brought him out of the palace, and I am the one who knew him. I am the one who showed him the four, what do you call, signs. We call them as prognostic omens. But why he did not give me a special place in this order? Can I know, is this a very normal feeling for anybody who may have gone through forget about the Buddha, I mean. If you have supported someone earlier, that person will become a very well-known figure. And that person, and how you look at that person at the moment. And then your feelings, if you are not really into so much understanding about what's going on. I think it's a very normal feeling. I mean, a Putajjana can have. But Venerable Chandra had it very excessively. He was very adamant that he was promoting, even he was trying to speak up. He was blaming other venerables in front of the Buddha, showing that I know the Buddha, and I am the one who supported him. So you should know that I am the one who supported him. So one day, what happened? He even kind of criticized Venerable Sariputta and Moggallana in front of the Buddha. And then Buddha had to advise him, because Venerable Sariputta and Moggallana are the second to the Buddha. So then the Buddha told Venerable Chandra, don't do that, because it's not nice. You need to learn more Dhamma, and then to practice, and then to understand your own mistakes, right? Then only you can practice it. You can be that. And then he then accused the Buddha at that point that you are not grateful to me. What do I mean by being grateful? Because I am the one who supported you at the beginning. You had nothing at that time. Do people make this kind of statement for some others? People make that. So you think about, there are people from Channa's lineage. People of Channa's lineage. I am the one who supported you. Now you have a lot of monks and people, and you have all these people, but at that time you had nobody. So you should give me a big position in this Sangha order. And the Buddha said, I cannot do that. Because whenever Sariputta Moggallana, they have done good karmas to become as such. So I am not giving anything just by looking at the person, just by looking at how that person supported me and all that. Right? So Buddha had to look at it from a karmic background. Then Venerable Chandra did not agree with the Buddha, and then he kept blaming the Buddha. He made a very big fuss over all the issues in the temple. So what happened? At a certain point, the Buddha told Venerable Ananda, we have to give Venerable Chandra the capital punishment in Buddhism. I have never given to anybody. The capital punishment here, Brahma means capital, Danda means punishment. Capital punishment means, with regard to Brahma Danda, is from today we avoid talking to him. All the Sangha members must avoid talking to him. And then the Buddha asked Venerable Ananda, go and tell Venerable Chandra about the decision. Whenever, the moment he heard this, he fainted 3 times, because all the Sangha members stopped talking to him at that point. He fainted. And then what happened? Then he understood, I have to fix my mistakes. I accuse people, I criticize people, I'm accusing the Buddha for being ungrateful. So what happened? Even during the time Buddha was passing away, Buddha told about this thing. And it is said that after the Buddha passed away only, the Sangha members release this punishment. Okay, now with that basic summary of the storyline, let's get into the notes at this point. Right. Number one, the importance of spiritual companionship. Now, this is once again Kalyana Mitta thing. Venerable Chandra's downfall was not due to lack of access to the Buddha's teachings, but because he failed to value noble companion. This is a very interesting thing. Sometimes we see there are people who have access to temples, sutta discussions, classes, some other activity, but still they are not really valuing, they are not really valuing the spiritual companionships that they have in their life. They are doing their Dhamma activities just like a machine. Just because they are good, they are doing them. No, we have to get better. We have to improve our Dhamma journey with regard to any good thing we are doing in our house, in our temples, in our daily life. So Venerable Chan could not understand that I found the Buddha, I found all the other Sangha members. I have to learn from them. But rather than learning, something brought him to another very, what you call a spiritual uh, mess at that point. That was why he could not value. So that means, what is the advice that we have to learn from here? Whenever we have Kalyana Mittas in our life, those who have accomplished Sadasila Chagapanya, we need to learn from them. We should grab the opportunity. If we don't grab the opportunity, then we will never grab the opportunity from any other place. That's number one. Now, this is also interesting. I mean, the follow-up sentence. This teaching reminds us that spiritual life cannot be cultivated in isolation. Our friendships either uplift us toward liberation or weigh us down in ignorance. This is interesting too. Solo practice, group practice. May I know what could be the best one for all of you? Would you prefer solo practice or a group practice? Solo, I mean, I would take meditation, solo practice, and group meditation.
Group.
Chanting, solo practice, and group chanting.
Group.
Dhamma listening, sutta study, solo, and then group. So how should we look at these two practices with regard to Kalyana Mittas? Yeah.
Group practice is very motivating, Bhante. We see people can do it. We also try to improve and emulate the good points.
Yes.
The
So
group
normally
dynamics.
in the leadership and management, they call peer pressure. Now you have the Kalyana Mitta pressure, right?
Yes.
In a nice way. Kalyana Mitta pressure is there. And when you see, how come is that person meditating that long, but I'm so distracted? I think something wrong with me. Right? So you make a self-evaluation about, not self-justification. Self-evaluation is not self-justification. So, and at the same time, you are looking at what other people are doing. How come they summon their courage to attend these events? How are they practicing? I cannot do those things. Maybe the way I look at it. So while I do my practice in my house as a solo practice, I also join with Kalyana Mittas. Don't join those bhajas. There are many bhajas, right? So when you join a certain group of people, you have to make sure that this group is a Kalyana Mitta group, right? Otherwise, it will end up with just eating and drinking groups, right? So we need the Kalyana Mitta groups. So that's why it is said that solo practice can be self-motivated, but self-motivation is not enough. So we need the group practice too. And then arrogance as a spiritual obstacle, we call it. What's the Pali word for this? Arrogance? Mana.
Now.
Mana. Mana means, I think we discussed that. Mana means you are very conceited about. Can we become spiritually conceited?
Yes.
How can we become spiritually conceited? May I know? Now, we know conceit. Conceit means not being humble, right? I mean, we can see that sometimes in the society. How can someone become spiritually conceited? Any examples?
Always feel that their Dhamma knowledge is better than anyone else.
That's a very good observation. I think when someone keeps attending Dhamma talk, Sutta discussion, meditation, it is natural for them to feel I am better than other people who are not attending. Is it? It's a natural feeling. It's a putajana feeling at this in the next level of that part. Then every time when you are coming up with this moment, this kind of thought, you are telling yourself, no, that is mana. I am not supposed to make an akusala even through my Dhamma knowledge. So that means while I am supporting other people in the way that I can, I should further investigate Dhamma. We call it Dhamma Vichaya, investigating of Dhamma. So that is one example. Another ways of feeling spiritually conceited. What are the other ways of feeling spiritually conceited? Dhamma knowledge is one. Meditation could be another one. Because there are people who don't know what is meditation. They are saying meditation is always sitting down. No, meditation in Buddhism means one way is to sit down. There are 35 meditations in the Satipatthana Sutta, 36 with Anapanasati. You are talking by being mindful. You are walking by being mindful. So, mindfulness. Actually, people can become spiritually conceited when they don't know the Dhamma completely. Only when they learn a certain area, a couple suttas, and they think they know a lot of things, but it's not. We have to learn. We have to respect. We have to learn from other people, right? Like Arahant Sariputta. So spiritual conceit is more dangerous than normal conceit. Why? You are creating ignorance through spiritual activities. That one you can understand because you don't know Dhamma at that point. So you are conceited. What if that you are learning and that learning has made you conceited? That's a very, I would say, very unlucky situation, right? So, mana. Venerable Chandra's arrogance illustrates how ego and pride can hinder even the most privileged disciple from achieving true progress. Despite being the Buddha's close attendant, during the renunciation, he could not see beyond his craving to status. He belittled Sariputta and Moggallana, not recognizing their depth of realization. This shows that spiritual pride is more dangerous, this is what I claim, more dangerous than worldly pride. It blinds the practitioner from recognizing virtue and obstructs the humility needed to grow. The story becomes a cautionary tale that even proximity to great teachers cannot save one from the dangers of self-conceit. You may know, you may be with the Buddha all the time. You may know Sangha members all the day, but your conceit prevents you from improving yourself. That's a very terrible situation. So getting to know, being able to access to these good sources is a blessing. But if you cannot learn from them in a very humble Dhamma journey, I think that's a very that's a very what do you call, that's a downfall. That's not a blessing at that point. That's what we have to learn from that. I think I will only pick up very important stuff because of the timing and letting you ask some questions. The Buddha's patience in teaching, he was very patient. He did not ask Sangha members to do Brahmadanda initially. He advised Venerable Channa patiently. Now, what about having a teacher who is very patient? You make a lot of mistakes, spiritual mistakes, but the teacher is very kind and patient. I think that's very important. So we learn from the Buddha, right? That kindness, compassion will help us to grow, right? And then the fourth one, the role of consequences in transformation. Venerable Channa later on became a better person, right? And then the fifth one, Brahmadanda. The Brahmadanda imposed on Venerable Channa was unique because it involved no verbal rebuke, no physical penalty, and no external harm. Instead, it was a disciple of silence, discipline of silence. The Sangha simply withdrew attention and interaction. In Buddhist ethics, this shows the subtlety of compassionate correction. Compassionate correction. Now, this one can be added to our last week's Pali word, avavada, compassionate correction, right? But which has to be directed in the proper way. And see again. Okay. Silence itself can be the most powerful mirror. When one is no longer fed by others' responses, arrogance and pride lose their fuel. Venerable Channa's eventual transformation proves that noble silence, when applied wisely, can be more transformative than confrontation. This is something for lay people. When you are having a hard time with someone, when you know that not talking to that person that much is a good way to deal with that person, that can make that person understand his or her own mistakes and can be a better person. Because you might think, I have to advise that person, I have to talk to that person, I have to correct. Sometimes you don't need to do any of those things. You just not talk sometimes, right? That not talking can help some people, not everybody, depending on some situations. Remorse as a turning point. This happened to Venerable Channa. He understood what happened. He understood why he was given Brahmadanda. So he became a better person. Obedience and practice. Finally, the timeless relevance of the teaching. The story of Venerable Channa is not just about a monk in ancient India, but about the human tendency to cling to ego, status, and false self-assurance. In every community, religious or secular, there are those who resist guidance because of pride. The Buddha's advice to seek noble friendships is as relevant today as it was then. By surrounding ourselves with people of integrity and wisdom, we create conditions for our growth. Let us make lots of conditions for our growth. This is also very important. Sometimes we think that these people are not relevant to our progress, but why are we not making such kalyana mittas as conditions for us to grow in our journey? So this is a very good advice. Venerable Channa's story reminds us that no matter how misguided we may have been, change is always possible when we humble ourselves before the truth. So overall, Venerable Channa's story teaches us that training is very important, and being able to grab the opportunity with the Kalyana Mittas is always important. And also patiently guiding someone is important. Out of compassion. So there are a lot of things that we can learn. According to the stanza verse, what we learn is that do not associate people who cannot maintain precepts, and those who are doing terrible other activities, and associate Kalyana Mittas, those who have accomplished Saddha Sila Chagapanya, and at the same time associate even people, maybe Kalyana Mittas, who have exceptional spiritual characters. So this was what we've been talking today. Any questions? So you can raise the virtual. Yeah. Okay, so a second. We will first ask KB on, and then Pauline. Yes. Can you please unmute KB on, please?
Sorry, Bhante. Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Can you hear me? Yeah, all right.
Yes.
Bhante mentioned that MN144, that is the...
No, MN144. Yeah, Channovada Sutta.
144, right?
Yeah, Channovada. The problem is that Venerable Channa passed away during the Buddha's time. But this Venerable Channa was there even during the Buddha's passing away. So I think there is a doctrinal conflict because that comes from Sutta, this comes from the Vinaya. So I think it's up to a scholar. Maybe we understand because the Pali canon was kind of finalized in certain times. So there may be certain inconsistencies about the storyline. Yeah.
Okay. What about the SN 22.90 on Channa Sutta? Is that regarding Venerable Channa as well?
Yes, that's also Venerable Channa. Yes.
Yeah, and how he attained arahantship, where Venerable Ananda actually gave a Dharma talks to him. Is that correct?
If I cannot remember the exact specific details of the sutta, if the sutta mentions that this was done during after the Buddha passed away, and true Venerable Ananda's support, then this could be Venerable Channa, the one that we are talking here.
Okay.
But Venerable Channa under Majjhima Nikay's 144 is someone who passed away during the Buddha's time. Actually, he took his life. He committed suicide. So this is a different, we understand this could be a different Venerable Channa. But certain information is there to believe this could be the same person too. So still it is a question mark. Yes.
All right. Thank you, Bhante.
Yes. Yes, Pauline.
Thank you, Bhante. Bhante, it's just that could we say that Venerable Channa here had his motivation for entering the Sanghahood because he obviously wanted worldly kind of praise and position and fame, you know, he was so more interested in that. Otherwise, if you have the Buddha before you and have been more interested in, you know, walking along the path. He was just very interested about his social position.
Yes. Because his friend was Prince Siddhartha and he became the Buddha, he thought he could get a better social position compared to him. In a way, that was the motivation for him to enter the sasana. But then, because his want to become that kind of a higher person within the Sangha institution was the barrier for him to even to become a Sotapan during the Buddhist time. So yeah, so many things are there inside the story.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes. Other questions? Yes, maybe. Yes.
Bhante, I'm just thinking maybe because Venerable Channa was very close to the Buddha before he renounced, before he was enlightened, like a companion friend. So like in my own experience, we have friends who were our friends and then they renounce and become monks. We do respect them, but our mannerisms and behavior may not be as I won't say not more on a friendly basis rather than more detached with other sanghas whom we never knew before they renounce. So perhaps that could have you know, he has a different perspective of the Buddha. That's one thing I think it's possible. Yeah. Compared to
I mean, definitely, because Channa was the one who took him around when he was a layperson, and he knows everything what he was doing before
Yes.
he became an ascetic. So
Yes.
maybe he thought he could get a special position.
Yeah.
That's why I was trying to say it is a normal thing. Don't blame him.
Yeah, it's quite normal.
I was trying to say Chanda's situation was a very, very normal thing, because when someone supported somebody and that somebody went to a very, very high position, forget about the Buddha situation, in your secular positions, then it might be normal for people to expect. But Chanda went too much. That was the problem. He went too much in that request. And then that's why he could not even get along with other Sangha members.
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bhante.
Yes. Any other Dhamma questions? Yes. Yes, Pauline? Yes.
Bhante, I like the idea of learning about life of the Buddha. I think that will inspire us a lot and also understand um, a lot of the background and how the teachings came about and the life of the Buddha at that time. I think that would help a lot. The context of the teachings
Yes.
would be very good. Yeah.
Yes,
I think
that's why
that would be
I
very
was
good.
saying that learning a sutta, we don't know the background. We only get to the Dhamma teachings, but these Dhamma teachings came out from a certain person's mental situation. Now, if we don't understand, let's talk about Chanavada Sutta, who went about Channa's situation. How do we understand his behavior without knowing what he did to the Buddha before as a layperson? That is not mentioned in the suttas. We had to go to Vinaya Pitaka or some other places. So that's why it's very important to have a little bit of rationalized learning about the Buddha's life. So, and even most of you didn't know about Venerable Channa even today, right? So I think it's a very interesting thing to learn. That's why I was suggesting it's very important to learn. Perhaps we will see whether we can start off a series about life of the Buddha. Yes. All right. If there are no more questions, we are going to wrap this up today. Our 99th OPRC class, and we'll be heading to 100th class next week. So may all the good karmas we've been making today by learning about Venerable Channa's situation and how important it is to be humble. When we are humble, opportunities come to us. Transformation happen. When we are conceited, opportunities go away from us, run away from us, and growth is stopped. So we learned that from Venerable Channa. May all these good karmas that we are making today by learning about Papamitta, Purisa Adama, Kalyana Mitta, Purisuttama, be transferred to all the departed ones who passed away in the name of all of us. May they be well and happy. May they attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Idam me nyati nang hotu, sukita huntu nyatayu. Idam me nyati nang hotu, sukita huntu nyatayu. Idam me nyati nang hotu, sukita huntu nyatayu. May Deva, Naga, Mahitika also share these good karmas. May they be well and happy. May they protect and bless all of you, your family members, for good health, quality of life, prosperity, safety, happiness. May Deva, Naga, Mahitika finally attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Ittavata cha amhehi sambatang punya sampadang sabbe deva anumodantu sabbasang patti siddhya. Ittavata cha amhehi sambatang punya sampadang sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabbasang patti siddhya. Ittavata cha amhehi sambatang punya sampadang sabbe satta anumodantu sabbasang patti siddhya. Akasattha cha bhummattha devanaga mahiddhika punyantang anumoditva chirang rakkhantu sasanang. Akasattha cha bhummattha devanaga mahiddhika punyantang anumoditva chirang rakkhantu desanang. Akasattha cha bhummattha devanaga mahiddhika punyantang anumoditva chirang rakkhantu mang parang chirang rakkhantu tvang sadati. Our Dhamma which revolves around Panditas, Kalyana Mittas, as we always talk about during this chapter. So here we are going to make a formal wish as we do in every Dhamma activity. May all the good karmas we make in today be supportive for us to maintain more Kalyana Mitta friendships. At the same time, maybe become Kalyana Mittas to as many sentient beings as we meet in this samsaric life till we attain Nibbana. Imina punya kammena mami bala samagamo satang samagamo hotu yavanimbana patya. Finally, we are reflecting upon all the good karmas that we've been doing so far, learning, chanting, especially finding out more Dhamma things. At the same time, finally, more importantly, making all that to our practice. At the end of the day, this all should become not just a mere knowledge, but a very transformative practice. So may all the good karmas we be making today be supportive and helpful for all of us to attain the supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Abhivadana siddhissa niccang baddha pachāyino chattaro dhamma baddhanti ayuvanno sukhang balang Ayurarogya sampatti sagga sampatti mevacha ato nibbana sampatti iminate samiccatu sadhu sadhu sadhu. With those blessings, wishing you a good evening and a good night at the same time till we see again next Thursday at the same time. Have a good night, everyone.
Thank you, Bhante.
Thank you,
Sadhu,
Bhante.
sadhu.
Thank you. Thank you, Bhante. Sadhu, sadhu.
Thank you,
Good night,
Bhante.
everyone.
Good night,
Good night,
everyone.
everyone.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Bhante.
Thank you,
Bhante.
Bhante. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Thank
Good
you.
night and take care, everybody.
Yeah, see you. Good night,
Everyone,
Bhante.
Saranai, Bhante. Good night, everybody.
Yeah.
Have a good weekend.
Yes.
Thank you, Bhante. Take care.
Thank you. Take care.